All right, we are live. Hello, everyone. This is Ashanti Titus, the executive producer of Natural Hair the Movie, and also an executive at Grind Over Matter Films. I'm super excited today because we are here with the author and the entrepreneur, Marissa Atiya. Marissa, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I am wonderful. I'm so good. It's been hectic, but really good. So, one of the things that is really cool is that Marissa has a health and fitness background, and she wrote a great book to help women and even men, some advice in there for men who are going natural. And we're going to talk about her book, Naturally Going Natural, today. And we're also going to talk a little bit about her product line that she created with real natural ingredients. Okay. So let's kind of get into your background. What made you want to, write this book and create this product line? Like, can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Right. So the book definitely came from starting off with a blog and mainly answering the questions that I have been getting, especially since growing my hair, especially doing it the natural route. So I wanted to log it down and be able to have a record of it. So then it actually turned into actually having it as a book. And so that's where Naturally Going Natural came about. And then, like I said, the whole background as well with the hair care line is very similar, but a lot of it is just trying to find um, real ingredients that don't have any of the chemicals and basically making it easily understandable for anybody to be able to read so you know what you're putting in your hair.
And that's for sure. And one of the parts, I want to kind of delve into the book a little bit because I know you said in one of the parts that once, a manufacturer or product owner adds water into the product, that there are chemicals and other preservatives that have to be added to it. So it actually makes it, a product that's not so natural. Can you kind of talk about like some of these preservatives? I think we kind of get misled when we think that we have a natural hair product or a natural product that is still good for our hair. Like what kind of preservatives and chemicals do we need to be looking out for, even though it may be suited or they say it's suited for natural hair?
Right. So a lot of it, like you said, with water, as soon as you add water to anything, if you think about even just mixing it at home, it's going to go bad. So you do have to add a preservative to keep it fresh and from going rancid. So there's a lot of different preservatives out there, so it's hard to name each and every one of them. But that's why I definitely encourage people to look up the ingredients. So if you can't read it or understand it, look it up and you'll be able to see kind of if there is any side effects or anything else. But uh, yeah, kind of some right off the top of my head. I don't really have, like I said, because there is such a long list. So.
All right, gotcha. And then one of the other things that I saw is that you said that was very interesting to me was that, and I didn't know, was that our scalp has the highest absorption rate, which is faster. So essentially, our scalp absorbs way more than any, like faster, at a faster rate than any other part on the body. So what that makes me think about for all the women out there, including myself, during those years of the putting the sodium hydroxide on there with the lye and like how that's absorbing fast into our bloodstream, into right there where our brain is. And we talk about that in the film Natural Hair of the movie, but also these chemicals and preservatives that are in these products that we should be way more aware of and that we're not. And sometimes, the certain product may give us like the right results that we're looking for, but it may have some adverse effects over the course of time that we're using it. So that that's something that I didn't know, that our scalp was absorb things at a really fast rate. So thank you for bringing that information to the people in the book, because I think that is so telling of why African American women are the leaders in certain ailments and things like that. There could be definitely a correlation, to
Exactly.
to the illnesses and things like that. So that's really really important information. So, and then another thing you talked about in the book, which is what I recently learned about, and I had no idea, because I was, going when you first go natural or return to natural. One of the things that you kind of go by is like the hair typing system. The 3A, 4A, and all that. And you kind of, I know for me, and I know a lot of other women did the same thing. They would try to find people online, like on YouTube or something like that, when they were learning, how to use different techniques and products, and kind of emulate them until they figured out what was best for them. But in your book, you talk about how that you shouldn't just go by the hair typing system. You should also, to find the right products and things for you, is talk about, like, you talk about porosity. Can you kind of explain? I know I did a short video for you guys out there that follow us on porosity, but can you kind of tell us what porosity is and how this can help us to find the right products?
Right. So, like you mentioned, hair type is typically confused with more of curl type or curl pattern. And so, with your hair porosity, basically it's your hair's ability to absorb the moisture as well as to retain it. So, how well it holds on to it once it has it. So the reason that that is so important when it comes to choosing the right products is if you have like a higher porosity hair, that typically means like you need more protein because it means that the hair shaft is lifted. So using something that can help to protect the hair from losing the moisture as quick. And then on the other end, you also have low porosity, which means the hair shaft is tight. So the individual hair strands, it's harder for water to penetrate, which is why you see things like steaming or mist to open up the cuticle so that moisture is able to get in. So, and also along with the products, lower porosity definitely is lighter products, and then higher porosity, thicker products, just like once again, to hydrate or keep the moisture into your hair. So, keeping the moisture that you use from the water or from any other creams as well.
Gotcha. So, like, how can we know what type of porosity hair that we have? What's like the best test? Because I did the water test. I know you and I talked about that a little bit. What's like the most effective test to do to figure out your porosity?
So I would say that the most effective way to figure out your porosity is just kind of seeing how your hair reacts to water. And of course, this is making sure that your hair doesn't have like silicones in it, which could give you false results because with silicones, it is actually keeping your hair from absorbing any water. So when the hair is clean of all of that, just seeing how long it takes to be fully saturated, as well as how long it takes to dry back out as well. So that's basically the best test because there's the water test. I know there's or the float test, and there's a few other ones. But yeah, the best is just to see how your clean hair reacts to water.
So, like, mainly they can, if your hair is like, make sure your hair is dry and then use a water bottle, right? And then you
Hmm.
see if it beads off, would that be lower porosity, right?
Right,
Right.
exactly.
And then if it dries quickly, then you have a higher porosity hair.
Right. If it
Right. If
absorbs
it
it
absorbs it
immediately and it
immediately and it
dries right out,
dries right
then
out,
that's
then
higher.
yes, awesome. Another cool thing, if you're thinking about going natural, you definitely want to check this book out because she also talks about the growth cycle, our growth cycle of hair. There's like, as a lot of us know, there's a lot of misconceptions about African American hair. A lot of us were told that you can't grow really long African American hair, which is an absolute lie. If you can look at Marissa, you've been natural for your entire life, right? So you're not just new to this lifestyle. So if you can see, obviously her hair is pretty long, and if you look on her Facebook or Instagram, then you can also see how long her hair is, and that's from following the techniques in her book, and just kind of knowing what you're dealing with. If you know more of the science behind her hair, you can properly choose the right products, and you can figure out what's going to work best for your hair. Because even though we're all black, even though we all have afro-textured hair, some of us have kinkier or a little bit looser hair, there are certain products that are going to work better for you and certain ones that aren't. And that's why so many of us turn into product junkies, because we don't kind of narrow it down as to what is best and what's the most healthy and will yield the best results for our hair. Okay, so we have a question for you. And let me see. And someone's, or actually a comment and a question. So it says, Nicole Jones, with this quarantine and not having access to my hairdresser or my monthly perm, I'm considering going natural. This is really great information, so thanks for sharing. Thank you, Marissa, as well. And what's the name of the book, please? The name of the book is Naturally Going Natural. And if you have a Amazon Kindle, unlimited subscription, then you can download the book for free, which is really cool because, and then also if you've never signed up for Kindle Unlimited, you have a 30-day trial to go ahead and sign up for the book. So it's naturally going natural, right? And so you had some pretty cool quotes from some really notable people in your book, which I thought were really cool. Wanted to pull it up. I really like Tracy Ellis Ross, that quote, and then Bob Marley. And one of the ones that he talked about was respecting your hair. I don't have it. I thought I had it pulled up, but you guys definitely want to check out the book, because in there Tracy also has like this parallel between, her soul and her hair, which was, I thought, was really poetic and beautiful as well. Did you have anything else that you wanted to share in relation to the book, and like if women are on the fence like Miss Jones is on how to go natural, or why, or what they should do, or a word of encouragement?
Yeah, so it's definitely, uh, I think a lot of the times a lot of people are thinking that it's going to be too hard or too difficult to manage. But like I said, if you actually take the time to learn about your hair, especially in its natural state, it's going to make it a lot easier process. Like you mentioned, a lot of people turn into product junkies, and people are saying, oh, it's too expensive as well. But that's only because usually you're buying products that aren't best for you. So learning about the products and then kind of getting a routine down so that you're able to properly care for your hair.
And awesome. And she also talks about some of the products that you're definitely going to want to make a staple. And depending on your porosity, you're going to know like what to look for. So if you have a lower porosity hair, you want to have lighter oil. So, you know, a light oil, would you say, would be like the jojoba oil? Would that be one, right? So you looking for products with the jojoba oil. Okay. Another question from Marissa. If I go natural, should I cut off the permed hair and start from the natural growth? Thank you.
Right. So there's two different approaches as far as with going natural. So you can either transition, which basically means that you just let your natural hair grow from the root, and but that does mean the permed hair or the damaged hair, whatever it may be, is still growing. So that's only if you're not ready to cut it all off. But if you are ready for that, you can definitely go ahead and cut it off and start just from the natural growth so that you're able to, because a lot of times too with transitioning it's going to be breaking at the same rate as well. So um, it's up to you, but if you're ready for to cut it all off, then I would definitely say go for it.
Yeah, I actually transitioned, and I will tell you that for about 7 months, I let it grow, and I really got tired of blending the two textures. I was using like flexi rod sets and things like that, and then flat irons, and it wasn't. It just it became a hassle, and so what I did was I ended up just chopping it off at 7 months, and I think I had like three inches of hair, but my hair started growing really fast after doing that. So hopefully that's helpful for you. Now, Marissa, we're going to talk about your product line. So you have a product line. Can you give us the name of your line and why your product line is different than any other products on the market?
Right. So my product line is four curls. So the number four, and then curls. And basically, it was designed to simplify the natural hair care routine. So it's a handmade vegan hair care line. So literally everything you can see on the back and the ingredients, you can read them all. You can understand them. It's things that you would typically have. So basically, taking the DIY approach without having to DIY it yourself. But having it just as natural as if you were making it in your own home as well.
Got it. And so is it true, like your products, they don't have like a lot of preservatives and water, right?
Right. So none of our products have any preservatives because we don't add water. So like the butters, you don't have to add water. And then our mask as well, it's basically where you put water in yourself and you can just mix it up, and it takes about 2 minutes to prepare before you put it in your hair. So we don't have to use any preservatives at all.
Okay, so can you give us some tips on how to get our hair long, healthy, and strong, just like yours? Like, what's the first thing that, we have a new natural? She has, like I had 4 inches of hair, and she's wanting to grow it long and healthy. What are some Just you can give us three good tips that is going to help her to get there.
Okay, so for three, I would definitely say, like you mentioned before, learning about, if not anything else, learn about your hair porosity, and then set a routine based around that. And with that routine, make sure that you uh, are regimented about it. You do it consistently, and then also getting the products based off of your hair porosity. So those are the three things. Definitely keeping it simple. If you do those three things, you'll be able to maintain that growth, because a lot of it is about uh, hair growth as well as retention. So if you have a proper hair care routine, you'll be able to retain the length that you're growing.
All right, awesome. And really quick, we're going to hit a little bit on Natural Hair the movie. So you got a chance to see the film, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and what did you think about it?
So I love the film and all the references to not only what's going on today, because there are still laws in effect, and even, even to this day, it's still something that's in the news, it's in the media, but also going back to the history of Black hair, and kind of tearing down some of those stereotypes as well. Like you mentioned that, oh, like Black hair can't grow, or just understanding more about where that even came from, and then addressing it in this time and present as well.
Yeah, for sure. And also, so Natural Hair the movie is a documentary film that we, my team, my husband, and our team put together. And it's essentially we delve into a lot of aspects of it, and it's available now on Amazon Prime. So if you are a Prime member, it is free for you to watch, and I definitely recommend you to watch the film. And we talk about chemicals as well. And I wish I would have found you a little bit earlier because I really would have pushed the point of the absorption rate is faster in your scalp than any other part of your body. So that is so huge because a lot of us are putting so many toxic things, whether it's glues and these crazy, really potent chemicals in our hair, and it's causing us to have, adverse effects. So you guys check out the book Naturally Going Natural by Marissa Atiya. Check out the film Natural Hair the movie. We are so super excited that we were able to speak with you today and for your work and pushing for the natural hair movement. All right. So thank you guys so much. Y'all have a wonderful day and stay safe and out there. I know it's been a really crazy time for everyone. So, I definitely use this time to, just keep educating myself, but also to learn something and then just kind of push the message forward. So thank you once again, Marissa, and best of luck to you on all of your ventures. And thank you for continuing the work of the community.
Yes, and thank you as well for everything that you're doing in the documentary, and all of the work as well that you're doing to make sure that this is out there.
Awesome, awesome. Nicole Jones, she signed out. She said Black Girl Magic for sure, for sure. Thank you so much. Y'all have a great one, and we'll be in touch. Talk to you soon. Bye.